If your UGC videos look good, but brands still aren't hiring you, that could mean that you're actually focusing way too much on the wrong things. Because in 2026, good editing, good lighting, a pretty video does not equal a video that sells. They're important, don't get me wrong, but that is definitely a part that a lot of beginners get really hung up on. So we'll break down a couple reasons why your UGC videos probably look really good, but they're still not getting you hired. So first things first, understand that a pretty video does not equal persuasive. And like I said, I feel like this is a part that a lot of creators get hung up on, beginner creators, because they feel like their videos look really good. Look how beautiful it looks. Why is no one hiring me? It's a common misconception. It's totally normal. We just think if we see an aesthetic, well-edited, beautiful video in front of us, that would mean it's a good video, but that doesn't actually mean it's a good UGC video that brands will want to buy from you. And this can be a main problem that you're having, that when a brand goes onto your portfolio, all you have are these nice looking aesthetic videos, and a brand is not paying for a pretty video. What they want to pay for is a video that sells, a video that will convert for them. They want to pay for attention, they want to pay for clicks, they want to pay for views, they want to pay for sales. So you need to have a video that converts in some type of way for them. Because for them, there's a huge difference between a video that just looks nice and a video that actually sells. You can have a really beautiful video made and everything, but that video can be saying absolutely nothing. There's no clear message, there's no strong hook, there's no reason for anyone to care. And from a brand's perspective, that video is not valuable to them. Yes, you want the video to look good, but they're going to hire you because they believe that your video can stop someone from scrolling. So if your videos in your portfolio are focusing way more on aesthetics, or all of it is focused on aesthetic rather than communication through the video, then that's already a huge gap in your work that a brand can see when they look through your portfolio. Just because the work looks really pretty and really good doesn't guarantee that you're going to get hired, which leads into storytelling. And this can be another huge point as to why a brand might not hire you. None of your videos have any type of storytelling in it. And I don't mean that you need to have this huge big storyline. I feel like I used to have such a misconception when I first started that when people would talk about storytelling, that it had to be like a big elaborate type of story in this small video, but it really doesn't. I don't know why when I would first think about it, I just like storytelling, I'm thinking a novel, a really intense, detailed story. But yeah, that's not what it means. You just need to have a clear flow. Even if you think of the simple problem solution type of video, just a story with a clear flow. A lot of beginner creators just kind of skip this completely and just go straight into showing a product, here's some random facts about it, and this is why you should buy it. And there's no clear flow to that. There's nothing going on there. So there's like no context to the video whatsoever. And then you kind of have the viewer just sitting there like, okay, why am I watching this? What is going on? Or they probably scrolled past because they don't have any idea what's going on. You're just throwing a product in their face that they don't really care about. You need to give them a reason to care about it, to want to watch it. Storytelling definitely brings this type of relatableness to it, this authenticity to it, and with zero storytelling in it, that leads to no emotional connection. And with no emotional connection, that could lead to no attention, no conversion, not a good video. Storytelling is such an important tool for UGC, even doing something super simple. Like I struggled with acne for years. Then I used this product. Now my skin is clear. Very simple storyline. You can make it into a 15-second video, but you're starting off. Obviously, you would make a good hook as to you struggling with acne. A lot of people can relate to that. Someone that struggles with acne, if you have a good hook about struggling with acne, someone that struggles with it, seeing that video, right away they're gonna be like, wait, I struggled for years. Keep watching. You got them interested now. If you didn't say any of that and you just have a pretty video of the acne cream and you're just showing you opening it, no one knows what's going on, scroll. The storytelling aspect can really get someone to stop because they relate and they want to know more. Or maybe it's just interesting and they want to know more. Entertainment, they want to know more. So many different routes. It doesn't need to be this complicated, in-depth storyline, but it is important to make it exist. So yeah, it's important, make the video look good and stuff, but don't forget to also guide the viewer through the video to give them a reason to care, to make them want to watch it. Now, in order to get them to watch the video, you need to have a good hook. So that is the next problem that you can be having, where either the hook is not good or maybe there's a lack of a hook in your videos. Those first few seconds in that video are crucial, and the brand knows that. Even if the whole video looks amazing, it's edited great, you think you did a great job, if you didn't capture anyone in those first 3 seconds, they scrolled past, they're not watching anymore. It is so important to have a good hook. So you don't just want to jump into a video showing a product with no context, or just jumping into the visuals, giving random facts about a product, because those first 3 seconds, that hook is what is going to decide if the viewer is going to keep watching or they're just going to keep strolling. So you need those 3 seconds. Like I said, instead of starting with just here's the product, here's my product, you start with something, I didn't expect this to clear up my acne, whatever you want, something that's immediately going to get the viewer to stop and give them context as to what's going on, because they don't want to think too hard. If they have to think, they're already scrolling. I think we know that these days attention spans are short, and the effort to want to think while you're on an app, let's say like TikTok, where it's very quick, no. That people don't want to think when they're doing that, when they're doom scrolling. So you need to get them to stop. And if you don't have a hook, or you're making them think too hard about it, you've already lost them. They already continued to scroll. Even the best edited video in the world can flop if you didn't catch anyone in the first 3 seconds. It doesn't matter. You need to get them to stop and watch it first. So if you're a beginner and you're watching this and you're thinking, where do I start? I'm gonna say, first off, always start with a hook. Make sure your videos have really good hooks. Something that creates curiosity and calls out some type of problem. Second, don't just show the product to the camera, show the problem that it solves. Give it context. And third, when you start creating a video, stop thinking mostly, how am I going to make this look good? And transition more over to, is this going to make someone stop scrolling? How am I going to make someone stop scrolling? How am I going to get into their mind and relate to the viewer? Because that shift alone changes everything. How you create your videos, how you edit, how you film, and in turn, how brands will respond to your work. So sit there and ask yourself, would I stop scrolling for this? Watch those 3-4 seconds back. Does this make sense to me right away? You have to kind of put yourself in the mind of the viewer. Because if your videos do look good and you can get good footage and you're not getting hired, like, it's not always a quality issue. Maybe the quality of the footage is good, it's just there's no hook, there's no storytelling, you're not giving context to any of your videos, and a brand goes on your portfolio and sees all these beautiful videos, but they're like, not one of these videos has anything to it. There's no substance to any of these. And that's not what you want when a brand goes onto your portfolio. So less of a quality issue and more of the way you're packaging it type of issue, which can easily be fixed. So if you focus on all those things too, and not just aesthetics in your video, you'll see a huge change in either how your videos perform or how brands respond to them. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.